Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be doing an update of Washington Reagan National Airport. We have a couple of new models in this update, a couple bits of news as it were, some different things around Reagan, and we'll get to them when we get to those specific aircraft. As well as that, at the end of this video I'm probably going to talk about a bit of like a channel update. I was questioning whether I should make that a separate video or not, and I've just decided I'm going to bun that at the end of this video. So basically I'm going to do the update, and then at the end I'm just going to be talking about kind of like a channel update and all of that. But apart from that, I'll get to all of that at the end. So without further ado, I guess we're just going to get started. So here, lining up on runway 19, we have a United Express CRJ 550. He's going to be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. Then next here, holding short of the runway, we have a Southwest 737-800 in the Canyon Blue livery. He's going to be heading out to Austin. Now, apart from the last Baltimore update, this is the first update this aircraft has been in. And then just behind him, holding, we have a Delta 737-900. He's going to be heading out to Los Angeles. Next here, moving on to, this would be like Concourse E. Now Concourse E, if you don't know the real Reagan, it's split up into different concourses. Concourse E is primarily just like American, and specifically American Eagle. Now I don't think Concourse E would get any like 737s or kind of the larger narrow body aircraft like the 737, A320 family, those kind of things. It's more reserved for mainly CRJ 200s, but you know, you get the odd CRJ 700. And I'm not even sure if the E175s even go into Concourse E, but Concourse E is actually under construction at the moment. They're actually building like an extension for it, like an actual building, because originally Concourse E was just hard stands, a bit like what it is on my update, where it's hard stands, but they're actually building like a building for Concourse E that's under construction at the moment. Should be completed soon. But yeah, Concourse E here, we've got an American 737-800, of course not realistic for Concourse E, but there's just a larger narrow body gate here, so I decided to add him in. We've got an American 737-800, he's going to be heading out to Atlanta. And then next to him, behind him I should say, we have this American Eagle E175. He's just getting ready for a flight out to New Orleans. And then here, just getting fueled up, we have an American Eagle CRJ 700. He's going to be heading out to Charlotte Douglas. And then here at the end of Concourse E, you can see we've got two American Eagle CRJ 200s. The one that's in focus now and the one that's closer to you, that one is going to be heading out to White Plains. And then behind that, we have another American Eagle CRJ 200. He's just arrived in from Buffalo, which is a suggested route by Aviation 718. Next here, moving on to the main American terminal. I think this is the first time we've actually had an E175 at the main terminal, but you know, times are changing. We've got this American Eagle E175, he's going to be heading out to Key West. And then moving up now, at the bottom of your screen we've got an American A321, he's going to be heading out to Phoenix. And then above that we've got an American One World 737-800, he's going to be heading out to Dallas Fort Worth or Red River Aviation's airport. Again, one thing I did forget to mention is with subscriber routes, I've got quite a few subscriber routes in this update, however I haven't been able to fulfill all of the subscriber routes. That's just the way it's going to have to be from now on, just because I get so many and it's quite hard to keep up. But for the most part I do try to add in as many as I can. The other thing is I should actually have my American A320 from Gemini Jets coming in a bit. I'll touch on this again at the end of the video, but yeah, it should be coming soon. I don't know why I don't have it yet. You know, one of the things Gemini Jets you can count on, even though their quality isn't the best one, the one thing you could count them on was making sure that you actually were going to get the model on time relatively quickly compared to NG. But the last like month or so is kind of flipped. I've actually been getting a lot of the NG models quicker than the Gemini Jets models. Then next here, just taxiing out to the active runway, we have a United Express E175. He's going to be heading out to Houston. And then here, just arrived in, we have a JetBlue A320. He's just arrived in from Boston and he's going to be heading back out there. And then next here we have a Frontier A320. He's going to be heading out to Denver or Mile High Aviation's airport. And next here we have an Alaska 737-800 in the Salmon 30 Salmon livery. Fun fact: this is actually my this was actually my first narrow body model that I ever got. But yeah, this one's going to be heading out to Seattle, and as well I have ordered the NG Alaska 737-800, so hopefully we can have that in an update soon, as well as the A320. I would like to get the A321neo as well. I believe they fly that to San Francisco from Reagan, so I do want to get that, as well as another A320. And there's quite a lot of Alaska planes that I would like to get my hands on. but the 800 is a step in the right direction. I'd love to get obviously a 900, another A320, because in the summer schedule, Dulles usually sees just A320s from like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle. And then next here we have two Air Canada Express aircraft. We have on the bottom there an Air Canada Express E175. He's going to be heading out to Toronto, and then above him there we have an Air Canada Express CRJ 200. He's going to be heading out to Ottawa. And then just arrived in here we have a United 737-800. He's just arrived in from San Francisco and he's going to be heading back out there. This is a 737-800 in the new livery, of course. And then here, just taxiing out to the active runway, we have a Southwest 737-700 in the Triple Crown 1 livery. He's going to be heading out to Tampa, or a Southwest Airlines 11's airport. And next there we have the Delta aircraft for this update. On the bottom there we have a Delta Connection CRJ 200. He's going to be heading out to Raleigh-Durham, which is a suggested route by Aviation 737's airport. And then above that there we have a brand new plane. We have the Delta MD-90. Now for those of you who don't know, I did actually unbox this a couple days ago. This is my new Delta MD-90. I did have a Delta MD-90 before, but that was a bit wrecked and a bit destroyed. But this one is my new one, and it's brand new. It's in perfect condition, and I really like looking at this aircraft. It's an amazing aircraft. This is going to be heading out to Atlanta. Now I know this the Delta MD-90s and MD-88s don't actually fly to Reagan anymore. They used to fly here a while back. I remember seeing them in, I think as late as 2017 I saw them. But yeah, these used to fly here, they don't fly here anymore. The reason why I've added this into the update, because if you don't know, Delta are retiring both the MD-90 and the 88 on Monday, so literally 3 days from when you're seeing this video. Yeah, it's very sad. The last flight for the MD-88 is going to be from Washington Dulles to Atlanta, and the last flight for the MD-90 is going to be from Buffalo to Atlanta, so I thought I'm going to send this out to Atlanta, of course Delta's main hub. So this one's going to be heading out to Atlanta. And last but not least for this update, here we have a Southwest 737-700. He's just arrived in from Milwaukee Great Lakes International Airport, or Aviation.mco's airport. And then concluding this update, I thought I might conclude it on this shot with the Emirates A380 in the background. Of course, this is actually on Dulles, so of course the Emirates A380 isn't on a part of this update. It's just in the background, just by chance, and I thought I might add this shot in. Makes you realise how massive the A380 is. You've got the MD-90 in the corner there, and yeah, I'm going to take this time now to kind of give you a bit of a channel update. Now, if you're not familiar with the UK laws on this whole coronavirus situation, basically, as my cat tries to get into a box and probably makes a massive noise out of it, on Monday actually marks the kind of the beginning of the end of lockdown and quarantine and all of that. Basically on Monday, June 1st, a lot of things seem to be happening on June 1st. The Delta MD-90s and 80s are retiring. I think EasyJet, Ryanair and TUI are actually starting some flights up to different locations. A lot of the low-cost airlines are starting flights up to certain places. And yeah, so things seem to be starting to go back to normal starting June 1st. But the main thing is 6 people can now see each other after June 1st. So life is pretty much going back to normal. And in certain circumstances, that seems like a good thing. For my social life, that's a good thing. But the sad part is this is going to actually mark the end of my daily uploads. Now, for the last couple months, I've been trying to upload daily. Of course, I haven't been successful completely in that. I haven't uploaded every single day, but we've given it a really good shot, and I'm pretty impressed with, you know, how much we've managed to do with all the different series we've started over these few months. It kind of started back with that week. I think it was even before lockdown when I did kind of the top 5 aviation mistakes in movies, and that kind of week where we kind of made up for February, because February I only uploaded 4 videos in February. They were all updates, and that was because I was kind of working on Dulles. And this is another thing I'm really struggling with, is the balance between daily uploads and working on Dulles. Now back in February I made some amazing progress on Dulles. I built this whole contraption that would be the support of Dulles. However, I was only able to upload 4 videos in February, so I got to kind of find this balance. And now that we're coming out of lockdown in June, which is crazy, I can't believe it's June already, I'm probably going to be going back to a more relaxed schedule. Probably not, you know, 1 video a week. We'll still stick to maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. But hopefully that's also going to give me a chance to kind of really improve Dulles. Now, I'm actually getting to the stage where in my plan, in my head, I was planning on finishing Dulles by June like 20th. That's not going to happen. I've barely scratched the surface on Dulles, I'm not going to lie, and that's been because of daily uploads. You know, it's taken a lot of time to make these daily uploads, and hopefully I'm going to go back to Dulles and complete Dulles, because I think I can speak for all of you when you say that you just want to see a Dulles update, and I'm working very hard on that. I'm going to try and release the next Dulles video, not next Friday, but the Friday after that. I'm probably going to have a suggested update next Friday, so for any of you that want to leave any suggested updates, definitely go do that in the comments below this video, and I'll look through them and have a look. The other thing, of course, because of daily uploads, I haven't been able to really reply to a lot of comments. I remember, you know, pre-February kind of time, I would reply to every single comment. I've kind of let that slip because of daily uploads. When you're doing daily uploads, you know, by the time you're getting around to replying to them, another video's up, and another video's up, and another video's up, all of that. So yeah, we're gonna have to, there's pros and cons about going back after quarantine, of course. The sad part is that I'm not going to have as regular videos, daily uploads, but the good part is I'm probably going to be able to be a little bit more interactive with you guys. Now, this whole situation with Todd as well, I know a lot of you have been asking, am I going to make a video on that? Don't worry, I'm not going to let that slide. I'm waiting for my Gemini Jets unboxing, and then I'll include that into the unboxing. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you either can go back on my Instagram and have a look. Actually, no, those stories won't be there, but basically I'll explain the whole thing in my unboxing. Basically, Todd's being, how do you say it? He's being a bit childish, a bit immature, but we'll get to all of that later. Yeah, so I'll do that when that unboxing comes. I have the Lufthansa 747-8 and the American A320 on order. I have them on the way. The other thing as well is I am actually going to be starting up my second channel as well. I have that channel with Andrew and Louis as well. So yeah, we're probably going to be starting that up. We're just going to be doing some, you know, ideas that are just ridiculous, but hopefully they'll work in some way, shape or form. So to summarize, daily uploads will be stopping, sadly, due to the whole end of the pandemic and stuff like that. Not the end, still, you know, maintain your safety and all of that, but, you know, it is the beginning of the end, as it were, for the pandemic. Although we won't be doing daily uploads, we'll still be having some amazing videos, of course. Airport updates every Friday. Airport updates will not shift no matter what happens. Literally, World War III could start and I would still be doing my Friday airport updates. I'll probably stick to doing like Tuesday videos, maybe Sunday videos as well. We'll have my top 10 lists still coming out as well as unboxings and all of that, and some very special videos as well. The whole situation with Todd on Instagram, I will address that in my next unboxing. It might not be my next unboxing, depending on when Gemini Jets gets my planes here, but I do have an unboxing coming very soon of some of the new Gemini Jets releases. My second channel, of course, ABC, is going to be starting again very soon, so make sure you go subscribe to that. And apart from that, that does conclude all I need to say. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and apart from that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.